My name is Elisabeth Müller. I'm the head of the Electron Microscopy facility at PSI. And I'm working in this field since, meanwhile, 34 years. I'm still fascinated by it. It's a wonderful topic.
So my name is Emiliya Poghosyan. I'm currently a scientist at the Electron Microscopy facility at Poghosyan Institute.
Almost 10 years, I'm now the facility head and manager at PSI. And this is quite a challenge because the field is extremely wide. So it's, first of all, of course, running the facility, having the microscopes and tools ready for our users so that they can do their work. But of course, that's not all. First, we have to educate the users to make them able to use all these instruments. That means it's a lot of education work, of trainings, hands-on trainings, theory, lectures, whatever. And after that, when they are allowed to work themselves on the microscopes, then we support them. So if they have questions at the microscope directly, but also in the planning of the experiments, what method would be most suitable, what should they do, what should they take care of, how could they improve the data, that's the second big part. Of course, to be able to advise people, to train them, to help them, you have to do own research as well, because if you don't do that, you get outdated every day, one more. So you have to use the microscope yourself, you have to drive own experiments, and like this, keep yourself up to date. And last but not least, as every manager, you have a lot of very interesting tasks like politics, like finances, like more interesting decisions, how to further develop the facility. So in fact, it's extremely broad topic, which is very interesting, but also challenging.
Currently working with Elisabeth gives me a very unique opportunity to really realize and understand what are the challenges of being a manager and heading the facility. I actually help her with some user trainings, supporting users, giving service, and I'm responsible for biological electron microscopy, so for biologists within the facility. I'm also very happy to be able to participate in the process of tackling challenges that we encounter, and I think that gives me a good experience that is necessary to one day be in such a position.
If we're developing methods, of course, we have to think about what is rewarding to us. So what makes sense to develop and to establish here. And there are a few thoughts about that. First of all, what is needed? Second, where do we have strengths at PSI? And what is available everywhere else, because then we do not necessarily need it unless it's used every day. So normal imaging, normal diffraction is clear. That is used on a routinely basis. This we must have. But if we look at the strength, one of the big strengths of PSI is, of course, the collaboration with the large facilities. So there we can be the benchmarking part for them. That can go for high resolution, for material chemical characterization, especially by EVX. It's complementing them. We are famous here for X-ray diffraction, so structure solution with X-ray diffraction, but this doesn't work for small crystals. So one is very clearly electron diffraction for structure solution. This has been shown strongly in the recent years for crystals, biomaterials. We have started to establish that here for also material science crystals. We have first structures which we could solve, which were not possible to be solved at the Swiss light source because just the crystals were too small. We could, within a short time, give the solution. This is one of the technologies which we have started to develop. A second one is 4D STEM, which is very important for us. It's a new technology, so far not or hardly available within Switzerland and also worldwide. So this is an important niche where we can develop, where we can be at the cutting edge at the moment, still before all the big labs jump on that topic. And there, an important point is our local strengths at PSI or close to it. So PSI is strong in detector development, and for 4D STEM it's important that you have very fast detectors with low noise, so high dynamic range, and there we have on one side detector development directly at PSI, and originally also starting from here, but meanwhile commercialized DECTRIS, who develops detectors for X-rays, but these can be used for electrons as well, and we're testing this as well.
Already starting during my start in electron microscopy, I have actually witnessed the developments of direct electron detectors, as well as the tremendous impact it brought to the field of cryo-electron microscopy. It was all of a sudden possible with those very precise electron counting detectors to go to be able to solve the structures of be it proteins or DNA or RNA that was actually not really possible before. Essentially, a lot of projects that were stuck suddenly could find its way to being solved, and that covered the areas of basic science and research, as well as some applications like structure-based drug discovery actually got a big advancement with the development of those detectors. On the other hand, of course, we witnessed, or I also witnessed the development and applications of hybrid pixel detectors that are extremely useful for rather material science applications, and that complement those direct electron detectors used in life science. And perhaps there is also, at the moment, development that is awaiting for us, where we could use the hybrid pixel detectors also for biological applications. I'm very excited about that.